Well, I am back. Christina's back. I've done my whole system of the biofeedback exploration down at the hospital. It was exhausting. You know, hospitals are exhausting. You got to drive there, you got to park, you got to get in there, you got to find the right department, which is never easy because there's never somebody that you really expect to find to ask. Anyway, I did, and I eventually got to the area of the biofeedback. Which is quite a journey and quite an extraordinary procedure. They were really lovely people, a beautiful, super helpful, accommodating specialist, female, really had all the time in the world for me, answered all my questions, and was actually very happy with the outcome. You sit at a machine and they test the area of your light, each of the light on each side in a machine, much as you go to when you have the eye test done just to see your vision. It takes a long time, it's very tiring, and there's lights flashing all around that you have to acknowledge with a little presser thing. And this gives you them the opportunity to see really where your vision is. It's easy to see with this lens, to see how it's caused the issue of people's faces not being sharp and clear anymore, which certainly I didn't have last year before this was done. The other eye has macular degeneration. However, she said it's improving. All of these things were very positive. I am doing something else as well, but I'm not going to bring that out yet until I have really got all the results that I feel I need to suggest you use this. What I am doing, she said, to continue. So what I liked about them is that they were positive. They were looking to help me. They were not in any way critical. I didn't have an elderly kind of a so-called, well, that's not so-called, he is a specialist, being difficult about my asking questions. They were extremely understanding about that. And it's not that you're trying to be difficult, you just want to know. I've said this to you before. It's all an area that you go into that you are not familiar with. And, you know, I said to you about asking questions. Well, it's no problem to ask this question. Is it easier to ask a question of a woman? I did wonder, because they were both lovely, fabulous, incredible. And they didn't in any way make me feel like, oh, I shouldn't ask this or I shouldn't ask that. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go to a female to get these answers. You just got to be careful in your choice. My other specialist that I see is a very accommodating man. He's the one that I found when the other guy dismissed me because I asked too many questions, but you've heard that one before. Anyway, I'm just glad to let you know I am now in a biofeedback program, and that means you go once a week for 5 weeks. Now, I can't go until June because I'm going next month down to LA, and then that would take me out the system. So I'm going to do this in June, and she seems to feel very positive about the fact that she will be able to almost bring my eyesight back to normal, which is really, how can I say, more than I had expected her to say to me. I don't want to jump at conclusions. I don't want to think like, oh, this is definitely going to happen. Because what also happens, and I did mention this to her, is that you get a feeling of unease with your balance. Now, it's not that you're gonna fall down. It's just that generally before you just walked. Not that I don't walk, because I walk the dog and do all that kind of stuff all the time. I guess what I'm really saying is it kind of takes away the sharpness of your vision. So with that being reduced, you don't seem to have quite the same confidence. So I'm hoping I go to the guy, the specialist next week, about the macula in this eye, which, as you know, is the injection, which I really, really don't want to have. But I'll have to see if it's deteriorated. If it hasn't deteriorated, then I'm in a holding pattern, and I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing, meaning that I will hold off on that. It's very unpleasant. You wonder how you keep your eye open. Well, guess what? You don't keep your eye open. They come up, he's very quick and honestly really good. But you get your eyes clipped open. So can you imagine you've got the eye clipped open, you can't move it, and he comes at you with an injection. It's super quick. And I'm not saying that no one should do this because it saves the eyesight. But if you can work on other ways to save your eyesight, then so be it. But I am not necessarily saying you don't do anything that you're not is not suggested to you. What I'm saying is what I am going through. And I think it helps you. I think it gives you the feeling that you will understand more clearly about something as important as your eyes. So this week I have the surgeon, I'm going to see the surgeon, the doctor, about the possibility of replacing the lens in this eye. I'm uneasy. The lady I saw yesterday didn't feel like it was really something she would like me to do, but the decision, of course, is mine, because I don't feel that that necessarily is also 100% successful. But I don't know what the numbers are. Who knew what the numbers were anyway? You know, when you give them this sheet of paper about questions you may ask, well, of course, it's all in small print. Nothing's bolded or highlighted. So you kind of read it, but it doesn't really sink in because it's all new. It's the first time, right, everybody? It's not, I haven't made a profession of my life about my eyes. When I started doing these YouTube, I was all fashion, wasn't I? Fashion and health. And then I got diverted to the eyes. And actually it was my son who said to me, Mom, you really should go through this more because people want to know exactly where you are and what's happening. It is your choice. But it certainly gives you an idea that some of this stuff ain't that simple. But anyway, I will continue with this and you'll get a kind of commentary of what I'm doing so that it gives you an idea of some of the things that you may or please God may not face. And then I, at the end of this extraordinary journey that I would never have thought I'd have to take, will get back to you with even more results, which will be, I think, interesting and positive. And positive, that's the most important thing, right? I got to be positive. I don't always feel like that. Believe me, there's nothing positive about going in a hospital and you're going into a dark room and it's all kind of technical and it's all, well, there you go. Drink that water. Stay healthy, stay happy, do the best you can. I'm not always up there, believe me. This has not made me feel particularly energized or happy. It's brought me way down. But I refuse to stay there because what's the option? Who wants somebody talking about their eyes? I try not to unless somebody specifically asks me. But anyway, there you are. And of course, it's Christina once again. Please subscribe to me. I know that then you are enjoying what I'm saying. And also, you know, I'm on Instagram, which will all be at the bottom of my content for you. So bye for now. And I'll be back soon. Thanks very much for watching.